Hello, my precious wandering souls. Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth AceAttorney Investigations. I was so close to saying Phoenix Wright again. Alright, so in the last episode we started the investigation on Ablaze. And Larry is here. Because of course he is. We can't have an AceAttorney game without Larry. So we are also going to talk to the Pink Princess. And well, let's see what we find. So if I remember correctly, I have to talk to this lady. Do I have anything in logic? Oh no, I don't. Alright. Hello. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Maybe remove your headpiece. Miss Pink Princess, if you would be No! Me! Damn it. Off to a great start, I see. Hey, it must be what they call fate. No, why? How could this happen 2 days in a row? Not this woman. What the? Aren't you Miss Olbach? Why are you so surprised? So you're the one they got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. You are acquaintances with Larry. I see. It all makes sense now. Why yes, we work at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy boo. You don't need to be jealous. No! I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy boo waiting here for me. I mean, could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this. Oh, you have no idea. I guess I misjudged you, Ajibu. You misjudged him. I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know. I think he was. That was not misjudgment of your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. Ugh. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Boo. I'll chase you forever to the ends of the earth. God, no. Isn't that just peachy? Francisca, save me, please. This is one of those rare times when Francisca and I actually see eye to eye. Oh god, do I have to... Pink Princess. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gateward Land as the Pink Badger. What are you talking about? That was 8 years ago. It was yesterday. Well, in-game at least. That was yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Case 3, Game 1. Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you. Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. Do they not have enough people on staff at that studio? I don't think so, considering some things that have happened there. I don't think so.
I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible... I'm not exactly gay to be a star in the very last second. I drew that role instead of the shuriken. In the audience, there was an opera, but I was going to tell you. You're a rather lively old lady.
So, basically, you received the standing request this morning, correct?
You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look. It appears that she is telling the truth.
Can we... Oh, okay, we have it in evidence. Request from Miss Oldbag, instant from Mindy, the Pink Princess actress who fell ill. Huh.
I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears.
Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall.
But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this.
Eh?
It's a letter from a stalker.
Oh no. Hold on. Oh my god. Larry! Are you serious? I guess that says Mindy. I'll be descending on you from above tonight, I suppose. Your lovely night. I can't read. God.
I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room.
Larry, learn how to write, please. Oh, I get it. I get why she thought it was for her. Because it says Mindy. But it looks like it says Wendy. Wendy Oldbag.
Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kind of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. How absolutely revolting.
I don't like agreeing with Miss Oldbag. But yes, that's revolting.
I mean, you think he could get my name right? There is no accent in my name.
Because he didn't write Wendy, he wrote Mindy. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? Yep. God, Larry's handwriting is just god awful. And I have bad handwriting.
But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe.
Where do I factor into this?
You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo?
Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later.
Oh, come on, Edgy Poo, stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
Okay. Oh god. Learn from a stalker. For Miss Oldbag has mistakes from bad penmanship. Oh, Larry, god damn it. That's so ugly. Time of the murder. What were you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime?
What?
After the show was over, I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bed heat warm.
Use the fireplace. At the time of the crime, Miss Oldbag was warming her hip in the room next door. Hold on. Didn't Larry said something about a chimney and fire?
Well, A murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, AG Boo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me.
Hold it!
If you could please not cling on to my personage.
In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech. Oh, Dad, no, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all.
Can you provide proof of your condition?
Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy.
I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. If only she would stay still and not involve herself in my cases.
Doggy!
Prosecutor con karma, I brought the police dog as you requested, sir.
Oh, look at the little guy! Good work. You may leave now, officer.
Oh. Wait, is this? This dog.
I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Yatagarasu.
Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too.
Is this missile? Oh my god! Missile!
It's been, what, 2 or 3 years after that, after the first time, since the last time we saw a missile.
Oh,
hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? That's a good boy. Does the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of? I think his name is Missile.
yes!
The Pupper.
What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks.
That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve the case for us, you know?
Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go!
Oh, what's that?
Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here?
Is that...
Larry! What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
Wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog?
Larry!
We know Missile just gets incredibly feral when it comes to samurai dogs.
Ah, no! That Missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that.
I don't think bread is good for dogs. It's just a mid-substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. I mean, the sausage, sure, no problem, I think. But the bread?
That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance.
We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place.
It looks like that snack was an old missile found.
And what do we have here?
It appears to be a lady's undershirt.
But the only other lady here is...
I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in crustes.
Someone make fun of that. I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. Found in office fireplace. There's only one person here who could own such a thing, such a shirt. Ugh. Okay. Can I talk to Misael?
Oh, he was a much bigger help than I thought he would be.
Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found.
In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation.
Alright, I will. It is with great dread that I proceed and do what I must to solve the case. Fine. Miss Oldback, I found your thing. Well, no, I didn't find it. It was Misael. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt.
Oh, Jibu, what is the meaning of this?
He's like, oh my god, no, please.
Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like.
Well, thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene.
What?
Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here?
I know nothing, I tell you.
What?
Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know. Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect. You're too cruel, Jibu.
Yes, hate me, please. Just get away from me. Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room?
Of course I am. If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am?
You are not.
I tell you, it's always like this. It's always like the blood article is missing, the camera is missing, they're missing, speeds are missing, there's a mother. When we got married, he said, propose is that.
Oh my god, no, I can't. Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her bed. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. Undershirt from next door. The undershirt was found in the office fireplace, but how did it get there? Huh. I assume the samurai dog was also yours.
Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me.
And so the feeling of dread continues. But I suppose I should ask for more details. Fine. Samurai dogs. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy boo.
Hold it!
If you could just stick to what I ask you.
Eddie, are you and Miss Solberg?
God, no! Absolutely not! No!
You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy.
Oh, okay.
A present. The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi.
Uh-huh.
I had to pile them all into the push cart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy?
So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions?
Hey, Edgy! Don't just ignore me and my question! Aren't you going to stick up for me?
I would rather not.
About that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were. The samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor.
Huh.
I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well.
Excuse me?
Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think of this, but I figured that since they're for a kids show, the taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop.
Did you eat them all? Okay, but why are the samurai dogs important here?
Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. Boxes? As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is...
Yeah.
What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy boo? Well, who am I to say no to you, but I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me.
Aha. Samurai dogs. Present from embassy staff. Miss Olbach took and ate a few from the dressing room.
Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers.
We got this thing. Can I check anything here? No. Only the letter. What now? Dogo?
Oh.
Yeah, the same dialogue. What else? I guess I could check logic. Let's see. Oh, of course. Use the fireplace, and that's why there was smoke coming out of the chimney, right? Of course. There is no trace of this room's fireplace being used.
And your point is?
Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least, according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not?
Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof?
There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So, no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went?
I see. So what you are proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldback's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you are implying?
Share chimney. The office fireplace and the one in Miss Oldback's room share the same chimney. Precisely. And the only two pieces left are these ones. Right? Of course. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. I'm not... Francisca!
Why are you getting all excited over holding on to a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea-slug! If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already.
You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Miss Isle found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt.
Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall?
Maybe. Not quite. I'm not sure that. I don't think that it passed through the wall. There has to be another way. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other.
Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order.
There is an X on the back of the wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it.
Oh! What in the...
The wall separating this room fireplace from the next room fireplace apparently turns. Ah! As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room.
The neighboring room?
There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. Aha! Connected fireplace. Ambassador Alba's office fireplace is connected to the neighboring room's fireplace. Huh.
We know now that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the mask's second killer now, are you?
No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one.
Darn it.
Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the masked second's murder.
Hey, investigation complete.
It would appear that the answer has made itself known.
You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have.
Very well then. If you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Okay?
Good. I'm counting on you, Edgy.
Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your life for what it really is.
I lie!
I know that there's still something you are keeping from the rest of us.
What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already if that's what it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself. That's exactly what you were saying on the first case. And throw everything into mass confusion!
You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you.
Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know.
Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you.
Gee.
Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this.
Alright, this time. This time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works.
Somehow, I don't believe it. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you could please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight.
Confrontation against Larry.
Okay, up on the rooftop.
After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy.
Hold on, my dog is making a lot of noise and I have to stop him. Okay, I'm back. Don't you hate it when your dog has something on its mouth and you give him the classic "what's that on your mouth" and he just like runs away? That just happened to me.
Anyway, after the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted a chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try.
Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore.
But it's kinda ultra embarrassing.
And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can tell me?
Eddie, man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie.
I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. Larry, come on. I think maybe where he says that he wanted to play Santa. So it's the last one. Yeah.
Hold it!
You certainly wanted to play Santa.
Oh well, actually I dressed up as Santa once before already.
Case 4, game 1.
That was down at Gar Lake.
Good. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up some unnecessary memories for me. Oh, right. Oh yeah, that case was very heavy for poor little Edgeworth here. Sound like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know? Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal? Raise an objection, don't raise an objection. Raise an objection? Actually, I believe that in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your body isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang.
Hey, Edgy! That's so incredibly mean!
Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world?
Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know.
Somehow, I don't believe it. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to.
I was delivering a present to a child, not basking in the warm glow of love.
That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie.
You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that?
In any case, the person you wished to deliver a present onto was most certainly this. It was the lady who plays the Pink Princess. But Oh, this is the face of Master Max II. I didn't realize. Oh yeah, by the way, last chapter I was like, what is the pun in this name? I didn't realize that Casino is casino. It took me a while.
Take that!
Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect.
Don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see Miss Oldback so much that I tried to go down a chimney. Ow! I advised you to stop right there in your passion of a lady.
Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up by this. Is the stunning request, right? Yeah.
Take that!
This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. Oh yeah, because he wanted to see the Mindy girl, but in the end it was Oldback. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy, was it again? It seemed that this man is quite taken with that actress.
Hold it! But that's not true, Edgy.
Huh?
She's the one with the hots for me.
I don't think so.
I just know it. I can feel her sexy being piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy meme, I tell you! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man! You haven't matured at all since we last met.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes? This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. You have no idea. I suppose you could put it that way.
Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy?
To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess room. That much we know for sure.
Uh-huh. Hold it! Hey, Edgy! Looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now.
Do you now? But we're not in court at the moment.
Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court.
I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Langsy says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen.
Alright, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits.
Nah, there's no way. Larry, have you forgotten what should I lose? What should I lose? Your victory prize will be your arrest. Yeah, if I lose, you're going to jail. I don't think you want me to lose. Okay, now what? Larry's assertion.
So you think that all I wanted to do was to go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick.
It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant.
But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose?
If I know you, Larry, I know exactly what I should do. And I know, okay? It's Larry, come on. He's like, God damn it, this guy. Hey, someone say something! Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this? Not as a confession, but as a testimony?
So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim. Claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that?
That sounds like Francisca's
Foolish fool who says foolishly foolish things. So it was you. You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman whose wholly focus and long as a Jipo is alive, I can just drop him and be unfaithful. Earlier I was stupid, yesterday we never mind it, we suppose. Oh God. I'm so inspired. You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man.
I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. Ominous, let's see. Oops, sorry, I activated I wanted to check history. I believe there is nothing further for me to prove at this point. Hold on. What was it? Okay, I'm the devoted type of woman whose wholly focus on one man and one man only, and as long as Ejipu is alive, I can't just drop him and be unfaithful. No, I can't. Although earlier I was tempted by just a tiny bit by that wolfman. Oh, okay. All back like slang, I see. But that was just a tip of my love for dear Ejipu, which I pass with flying colors. But from now on, I will stay completely true to my beloved Jipu for the rest of eternity, I swear it. Oh no. Oh no.
What do you mean? Of course you've still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy.
Proof, you said.
I have proof. Remember, Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right?
Evidence is everything in court. You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry. But I understand your point.
Yeah, see? I'm totally a pro at this now.
Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. I think I know. I think it's the last one. Okay, this one. Why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? I wonder why.
Objection!
Okay. Larry, don't ever think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me? Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. Well, isn't that just romantic?
But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight?
Ah! I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
Objection!
You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. What part of this letter shows that the person the person Larry was trying to meet was Mindy, not Wendy. This, the name.
Take that!
Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
Whoa, what the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English!
You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me! It's embarrassing!
There, there. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But well, that will have to wait until we're out of this crime scene.
Edgy, save me from this scary man!
Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
That wasn't me!
Oh. Oh. You're trying to claim that isn't your handwriting? Buddy. Larry, why? Come again.
It's a fake! Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter.
Uh-huh.
To set me up! Accept your defeat graciously! But you guys are being so mean!
Hold it!
Penmanship analysis.
What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter.
I'll never write another thing in my life.
You don't need to. I already have something.
Hold it!
Tusk. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. I think that nickname is going to stick. They're gonna use it, well, at least Edgeworth is gonna use it from now on to make fun of him. For you have already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting.
Take that!
This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure.
I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again.
When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy.
So he finally confesses.
I saw the Pink Princess be carried out in a stretcher and got worried, alright?
Oh, and since he still thought it was that Mindy girl.
I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy. Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney. What a criminally overreactive and overactive imagination. Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way, she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment. Yes, this thing reads more like a freaking... Yeah, as Miss Oldback says, this thing looks more like a note that a stalker would leave, not a love letter. God, dude, fix your ears. No, your eyes. Your eyes look like E's.
I'm really sorry.
Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you. You're stupid, but not mean, not evil.
Edgy, you're... Ah! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. Ow!
Deserved.
In any case, I believe we can say that we know now exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butts sought to climb down the chimney. Not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door.
Hold it! No, hold it! Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although, I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. Trust me, so do I. But the suspicion on that guy over there. isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay?
Oh, hey, what? Edgy, what does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet?
Well, he means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. But the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there is no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite.
Edgy, that guy, he looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me.
I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this oncoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can afford to lose. Why, Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim the masked second. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. I was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room. But I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you? If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we already established that.
Not so fast. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are long-time friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi?
You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? Is he going to say something like, yeah, because you're like Abon Karma. You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors.
But come on, I can think of something as complicated as that, right, Edgy?
Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being, meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Okay. Maybe here?
Hold it!
Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. Do I have to spit it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. So it's more like a blunt object, But it's pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. Beside him was the samurai sword covering it. Okay. Maybe? I suspect he beat the victim to death with that thing. I think here? I have anything? Maybe this thing? Ah, uh-huh.
Objection!
Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? Heh, it's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapon of heroes throughout history.
Is the next most effective weapon after the whip?
No. A gun can just get rid of a person like in a snap of a finger. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. It's only dangerous, like extremely dangerous if it's on Francisca's hands. So, what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way is bent. Precisely. Apparently, a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the insides of the steel samurai's weapon are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there is not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that?
Aya!
You didn't check?
Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily.
But I wish they'd made them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent.
I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show.
The Steel Samurai's special move was changed tonight because of him? Unforgivable. Because he vented, Larry couldn't do the early summer drain jab special attack.
Yeah! That's more than enough for you whining whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear.
Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se. So all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may.
Using guesswork and taking risk in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever.
Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. I am not a murderer. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to commit all defendants in the first place.
Objection!
What a foolishly foolish statement for a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
Hold it!
That may be your opinion. However, I don't believe that that's all we are. Oh! Are we trying to convince Lang that we are not so bad? As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth.
Not so fast!
You're gonna keep him entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed the last second without bending it. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course. What I need is evidence even he can refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. Can I check my organizer? Just let me check one thing. Why Larry Part 2? It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, is the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon? How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone with left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword.
Hold it!
You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact?
Not so fast!
If you got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. Okay. Oh, maybe here?
Hold it!
The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword. That's right, even with luminol. Which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Do I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword is the weapon? Yes, raise an objection. If you believe that there is no other door of possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you.
Not so fast!
And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon.
Not so fast!
The real murder weapon. I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course, because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation.
Not so fast!
What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men.
Hold it!
I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon. Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed them a second. What exactly is it? The real murder weapon which not a single person has yet to touch is this. Oh no, the other one. This one.
Take that!
Because we are not allowed to touch this thing. The national treasure of Ablaze. Hold it! You mean the primitive statue? Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither of you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
Not so fast!
Ha! Ha 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 ha! You know very well that if we did that, there would be an international incident between the Kingdom of Ablaze and the Republic of Babal. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there is only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue.
Shifu, you can listen to this infidel's words.
He's most definitely trying to trick you.
Shifu, please let me be rational about this.
Langsy says, just go already.
Yes, sir. Doggo is still there.
Shifu. Yeah? I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I wasn't able to obtain permission for us to examine the Primitive statue. Huh, I see.
Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally.
Save your breath. He may look all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already.
But Shifu, what about causing an international incident?
Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'll be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then, less talk and more investigating. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I like to run a luminal chemiluminescence test on the statue. A luminal test. Ah, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get the forensics team in here. Oh! Hey, looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is a real weapon that killed the mass second. Indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill the mass second, so the charge remains. We are hardly done examining this statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. You think so? Okay then, knock yourself out. Oh! I was just spinning it for the sake of it, but... And what do we have here? This there is much. It looks like a handprint? What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze. Gah! Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Oh god. Hey, forensics guy! I want results on these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? Well...
Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir.
Please don't be Larry, please don't be Larry, please don't be Larry. I swear to God, if it's Larry...
Good, and... Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue.
Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Ablaze embassy?
Oh!
Are they Goshen's?
The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Goshen, sir.
But that's... What's going on around here? Huh. No, that's impossible. Each primitive statue can only be handled by someone of that country. How did his fingerprints end up here? But by the very fact that Mr. Caution's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Babal's Primidux statue. It was swapped. But why? Oh my god! So Alabast's Primidux statue is the real one, and Caution took it, put it in Babal, because they were going to examine which one was the real one. So I guess that whoever had the real statue gets more power. Oh.
Impossible! It can't be!
Yeah. But Larry never once set foot on Babali's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an Alabastian knife in Babal, and the masked second was killed on Alabastian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagrasu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. Oh, okay, to be continued. Huh. My guess right now is that Caution knew the real statue was in Alabast, which is why he swapped them, because then that would mean that whenever they do the whole thing, the comparing statues, they could say, oh, but the real Primidux statue is in Babal, so we have more power, right? I guess that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna stop recording now. I hope you liked it. If you did, maybe consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye!